there's I don't know if it's a garage, I don't understand how they could keep a car in there, but on 500, in the 500 block of Fourth, I was questioned about that one, and I know that that's not a new issue, but have we gotten anywhere with it? It was a
Not
garage.
familiar with them, Lorraine.
It was down from, you know where Jack's is?
Yeah, the
Like
next
when you
block
cross
is
the
Jack's,
street.
500 block of Fourth.
It's the second house in that red brick building, that
okay.
dilapidated thing we brought up.
Yeah, I've
I
had
don't even know
someone
who
question me about that.
Sure.
Again,
The one on
we
River
need, we
Street.
really, excuse me, please.
That would fall under the
We
same,
need, yeah, we need to address that situation as well. Has Bob been down there?
I've never had a discussion with anyone about that property.
Yeah, okay, I was questioned by a citizen on that one. So if we
Why
can
don't you
get,
why don't you talk to Mr. Grunz or have Sharon call Bobby about it,
Yeah,
or
would
I
you-
can if I see him.
okay,
Speak to him.
yeah, because I haven't seen him in.
That falls under the dangerous structure ordinance.
Yes,
as well.
absolutely, because it is a tilt, and there are boards holding it, it's very bad.
Is it?
It's very bad. Okay. Also, Pat, are you finished?
I'm finished, I just had.
Okay. Corey, okay, Mr. Mann, Corey Mann from Front Street there presented me with some pictures this evening that I showed to the rest of council, Corey.
Okay, thanks.
And there is a problem there, I don't know what the resolution is, but we will be there this week, we're gonna try on Wednesday, but you work till 5, isn't that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would have to be after 5, so I don't know if we can do that on Wednesday, because you're starting at 1, right?
Yeah, we'll meet we'll meet with Tony at 1, and if you wanted, does he need to be there
Yeah,
when we go over?
yeah,
I don't know what the issue is,
I-
I came in a little bit late, but.
I work from home, so I'm there.
Oh,
so if we
Yeah.
interrupt you during your workday, that's okay?
Probably later in the afternoon's better.
Okay, all right, I will, after the meeting, if I can have your phone number so we can call you, to give you a heads up at least.
Sure.
After I talk to the engineer.
Okay.
I show the rest of council the pictures, as I said, and we will be there with Tony,
Awesome.
okay?
Thanks.
I've been there twice, Randy's been there once, but we need the engineer,
Okay.
all right? Thanks.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, I'm done now. I had a myriad of issues.
Yeah, good.
My turn? All right, Chief, thank you for that tire job on First Avenue, okay? Now I'm gonna inform you, Front Street over here is gonna be blocked off permanently at the end of Castellani's house.
Right.
That railroad bed, should have been done today, I don't know if it was, but it will be blocked off, right there. That's the end, because there's all garbage back in there now and stuff again, and there's cars going through there, I get calls at midnight, 1 in the morning, so that's gonna get blocked up county.
Is it gonna be blocked on both ends?
It's gonna be blocked on this end, and I gotta talk to Roads and Bridges about blocking it up on that other side too. They have a lot of fill, they say they'll give me, mound it up, I
Yeah,
said.
because we get a lot of traffic coming through from the industrial park.
Right.
So if you just block it at one end, people still come in there and.
Right, I'm gonna see him tomorrow about blocking that other side too. That'll be done. Else I have, the ditch was cleaned on First Avenue that Wednesday, that's another one for Tony Grisante. And Randy, myself will be on that one. And, the next thing I have, Attorney Flucci, Lawler Drive, the contractor, you sent the pictures, you hear nothing about fixing the road, nothing?
Not in the past 2 months, Mike. I'm gonna say roughly 2 months. But there was a letter, I did, as you know, I did send a letter to them, because there's still the issue of us having to adopt the roads.
Right, from Blakely to Maryville.
Correct. Which hasn't been formally done,
Okay, well, then, no,
and that's part of the deal. So
Right.
they won't get approval until they address Lawler.
okay, well, you know what? Then I don't wanna see the borough, the DPW, if they're doing anything. And they shouldn't have to. If that project is being held up because they don't wanna do nothing, why should we send our guys up there to do work? That's the county, right? Or the county don't have it yet? Here's the problem, in the winter
The only
time,
thing that's ours would be ours, is the roads.
the roads.
But we didn't adopt them yet.
But we didn't adopt them.
No.
So why are we plowing them roads and doing other stuff up there if this guy's dragging his feet on this project?
There was a point in time, I'm gonna say about, maybe it was last year, that we actually threatened, we told the county to, they better get their plow truck ready because we weren't gonna plow it, and that was over another issue. They acted quickly on that. And we were, the answer to your question is we're doing it as a courtesy to the residents. So, but you're right, I mean, that very well, it's a good tactic, that could happen. We shouldn't be up there technically plowing the roads when we don't own them.
Well,
But-
we don't own one, I don't want the
That's
boys
right.
up there. And that's, if we're not, 'cause if we're not gonna get the front of
They
that
won't get
fixed.
their approval until they agree to do something
Right,
and follow it.
and they're just dragging their feet, so. That's one of the biggest questions.
I'll send them another letter.
All right, thank you. The grant money, Randy, you said what, the end of the month?
What, is this for the project uptown, the
Yes.
back project?
Yes.
They have a meeting on the 3rd, which is Wednesday, and they'll be approving grants on that day. Hopefully ours will be one of them.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm done.
I'm not going to get into the whole project list that I talked about at the work session. I'll save everybody a lot of time, because the CDBG money, I always say that wrong, CDBG, is on hold right now. So there's an audit being done. It should be nearing the end. Once that audit is done, a lot of that money is going to be released. And Mike, you had asked me about the basketball courts at the housing facility up there. And Sharon, thank you for the email. Resolution 5 of 2011 indicates that there's $25,000 allocated to that project. Okay, so once that money is released, we can go after it.
All right.
And again, the bids, the other projects that we have to be bid out by the county
Right.
because it's county money. So once the money's released, that's all gonna happen automatically. But we'll follow up on it.
Okay.
We have a problem up on Sunset, and it's a water issue. We're going to meet, I'm meeting Tony there, and all you guys are gonna meet with me on some other projects. So we'll meet there at 1 o'clock on Wednesday.
There you go. That was the last one, just out the other day. That wasn't the pictures I showed up last time, that was just last Friday, or whatever that storm was.
All right, well, hopefully. This drain is in the middle of that parking lot?
Yes.
That's the parking lot, but
It's in the middle of the,
between the field and,
Yes.
between the two fields it is.
yes.
And it's not taking the water?
No, it's going all through the outfield now, and it's coming down that access road.
Okay.
And I hear it not only for myself, the neighbors that are on Sunset that have their garages in the back.
Yeah.
All right,
They're
do
getting
you,
hammered.
do you wanna keep these
You could have.
going there, or do you want me to
Let
take
me
them?
No, you could have.
Randy, let me see them.
And that was only, what, a half hour rain? I hate to see if we have rain like they had in Philadelphia today, because we really need it.
All right,
It's a mess.
do we need?
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, that's okay, that's no problem. Do we need an approval for that $1,185 to KBA for the design of the pavilion? Do we need to approve that?
You
Or
do not
Okay.
need to do it formally.
Okay, good.
If you want to, you can.
It's higher.
Council's authorizing it. I mean,
We
if
authorize
it's
it.
necessary, you want to. It's fine.
Okay, no, I know, I just wanna make sure we don't need to do it. Okay. The crosswalks in town, the project is underway, it's being done, it should take about a week, from what I understand. I checked with Tony today, the sidewalks on Basiliga Street, concrete's crumbled around every water valve on that street. They did come and look at it, they agree that there's an issue. Whether that starts the project rolling or not, I don't know, but we're gonna get to them again this week to find out what the resolution is gonna be. But they've acknowledged, the water company has acknowledged that there was a problem when they poured the concrete pads around every water valve on the street.
Great. Tell them to replace them. Great.
Bad concrete.
Yeah.
All right, and, okay, is there anything on any of the other projects on my list that we discussed on at the work session?
What you should do is go over Delaware Street, start it quick. Stays for another month before you get back to us.
Oh, the PennDOT's doing a study on Sturry Creek, and we talked about that, sure. That,
Another month.
you're right, I reported on that the other night, I'll report on it again tonight. Their study will be done at the end of June, and they say that shortly after that, within 2 weeks, I guess, they'll give us the results of the study.
Then what?
And then we're in trouble, we need money. We'll keep working on it, we'll keep working on it.
money would have been nice from last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna be looking for matching grants, we gotta come up with money, because the easiest way to get money is with a matching grant. However, it depends on the size of that project. If they come back and we need drains all the way down Lane Street, and we gotta raise the bridge and widen it and put concrete walls up, I mean, we're into millions, I don't know. It's gonna be in excess of 1.5 to 2 million, from what I understand. Hopefully, there's an easier solution, I don't know, but we'll find out when the study's done.
Just let us be doing the work, try to get as much grant money as possible, because our infrastructure has got to be repaired. Okay, Study Creek, Lane Street, that's definitely got to be done, that's one of our biggest projects right now. We still got more projects that we got to do. There's major projects in town that we've been doing, going along with everything else we've been doing.
Well, how long has Stary Creek been flooding,
Study
Jim?
Creek is a big project,
Yeah,
and that's number one project
50
right now.
years
so
it's
we're-
been a problem down
We
there?
gotta try to correct that project.
I raised my hand earlier, I had a question. How come Tony Grisanti and Bobby Grunz aren't required to be at Borough Council meetings?
It should be here.
That I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know. Our borough engineer, now I know our borough engineer, the KBA is also the engineer for a bunch of other boroughs.
Yes, I know.
And Lakewood, I believe, as well. And, Tony goes to some of those meetings when he's needed, I don't know.
I mean, you guys always seem to refer and have questions for them, and it seems to kind of hold things up sometimes, and maybe if they were here, you could ask them, get your answer.
I agree, and I don't know, they're not required to be at the borough council meeting.
No.
They're not required.
Why are they in office?
It's not an office, John, it's not an office.
Bobby runs off and comes, but he should likely, I would think, be present. But he is usually here at the regular meeting.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll talk to
I
him about
see
it.
Bobby here
Yeah.
quite often, but Tony once.
Yeah, I know we don't require our borough engineer to be present at the meeting.
Well, it's just, I mean, when you have questions, when you have something that you'd like to discuss or vote on, and you have to refer to him,
Yes.
you know, get an instant
He's
answer.
actually, they're actually, and I don't know if this answers your question, I don't wanna make stuff up here, but they're a contractor for the borough.
Yeah.
I mean,
They provide professional service.
exactly, so are they, can we actually make him be at a council
Well,
meeting?
I know that,
We
but
can suggest, we can ask him to come.
Just-
And we haven't, in the past asked him to be here.
They'll charge us, but that's beside the point, but yeah, no, you can't, you can definitely do
Get
it.
paid.
Good point. That's all I'm gonna report on tonight. I'm okay.
Anybody else?
Okay, yes. I have a couple of things. First of all, I was asked to report to the public tonight and to council that there is going to be a fundraiser for Bruce Kovach. Some of you may know him. He lives on Grassy Island Avenue, corner of Grassy Island and Ward Street. He was the recent recipient of a heart transplant. And this took place in Texas, and it took place last fall, and he has to stay there until this fall. So they are trying, people from up in Wayne County, where he currently resides, along with some people from Jessup, are putting together a fundraiser, which will be held at the VFW on Saturday, June 27th, from 2 to 4 p.m. They will have activities for children, there will be raffle baskets, food, entertainment, so if anyone could attend, they are in dire need of some help, and it really would be, a worthwhile cost to get involved in. Or if anyone wants to donate baskets or gift certificates to them, they can also do that. The other thing, the other night, there were some concerns raised about the corner of East State Street and Waddell Street, and people going through the stop signs, parking on Church Street so that it was impairing vision coming out of First Avenue, and about the pedestrian walk signs. I did address all that with Chief Walsh. Pedestrian walk signs are to the side because it does impair traffic, and they were getting hit if there was larger vehicles. He is going to have this man, and he is going to look into Waddell Street and also to First Avenue, and they will begin citing. And he's also going to put something on Facebook about pedestrian about yielding to pedestrians when they're in crosswalks, because that is a state law.
In addition, East State and Waddell, we're looking to put a sign up
Yes,
there.
I did mention that to them also, the children's sign.
I know, do you deal with that, or?
Yes, I spoke with with Joe Fetcher about that today, and he said he may have the signs in stock. If not, he will order them.
Also with that, the mayor will put the.
Yeah, they've been doing the crosswalks, yes.
We'll put the exits in,
Yes.
not just the regular
Who
crosswalk.
puts the crosswalks in? Is that our responsibility? I mean, like, because we really need one coming from the daycare down on Church Street. Because every one of them seem to park on Fourth Avenue or in George's parking lot when they go to pick up their kids. Nobody stops to let those people cross the street with their kids.
Right, right.
Like, I don't understand it, like, they'll,
Well, is that an existing crosswalk?
I think it
it
is.
was at one time, but I don't see
They're being
anything
painted
now.
right now.
They are being painted, I
And,
did see
and
some.
I'm dealing with Billy, so you want me to mention?
Yeah, like, right
How
across-
many ordinances is that?
Right on Fourth Avenue and Constitution, right by St. George's.
Fourth and
Where the
Church.
daycare-
Church.
that's Fourth and Church.
At St. George's going over to the church.
Yeah, right to
There's one
daycare.
goes from the Borough over, but then there's not one goes from
From the daycare.
You know what I mean?
So, maybe that's,
Between 4 and 6 o'clock when they're picking up the kids, it's really bad there.
Well, as far as there being crosswalks or not, I mean, the painted lines are nice, but in absence of the painted lines, according to law, any imaginary extension of the sidewalk is a crosswalk. So whether it's painted or not, traffic has to stop for people in that area. So if a person steps off the curb, you know, if the sidewalk were to continue straight across, that is a crosswalk.
Yeah, but this is from St. George's across Church Street.
Right, so from coming up Fourth Avenue, there are two crosswalks crossing Church Street at
Right,
Fourth,
okay.
Third, Second, First.
so there should be two.
Yeah.
There should be two.
Yeah,
There's not one.
legally, if anybody steps out on either side, they are in a crosswalk, whether it's painted or it's designated by signs or not.
All right.
Okay, all right. And lastly, as I reported last month, I was fortunate enough to travel to Gubbio this year with my husband, and also many people from Jessup were there. And on Wednesday, May 13th, there was a dinner hosted by the Maggio Jacobino Association. And all of the people from Jessup and who traveled with them, there must have been about 40 of us, and the residents of Thon, France, were their guests of honor to this 5-course dinner. And they had a band there, and then they also presented the capos, which was Michael Arnone, with the hatchets to bring back for us for our vestige of charity. And they treated us royally. And then on Thursday, May 14th, I was invited by the mayor to a ceremony honoring Jessup, Thon, Manchester, England, and several other cities that are tied to Gubbio, along with several journalists and artists. I was presented with this gift to bring home. We were the first ones to be recognized. They did have a translator for English and for French. And Jessup was the first one to be honored. They were thanking us for everything that we do to keep the ties between the two cities and how proud they are of everything that we do here to carry on the traditions. They presented us with this beautiful dish, and it's from Grilli, who is also a relative of the Albinis. He was the one who did the dish. We had the most impressive gift of everyone that was honored that night, I have to say. And it was so I'd like to present this to council to hang here in our chambers for the community and for everyone to enjoy. Yes, right.
Yeah, that would be good.
Man, don't drop. You know you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. welcome.
Thank you.